You know, not too long ago, I always wondered, like, why do people not save? Why do people find it hard to save? And these are people that earn reasonable amount of money, right? Their take-home income is quite reasonable. And these people still don't save, talk less of invest. I always wondered why. I mean, you hear stories of people who were once millionaires and, they became poor. And it's like, eh? Make it make sense. How? It's not, I'm not really understanding. But then I realized something. You know what I realized? Habits and experiences. Yes, I said what I said. You know what? Just watch this video till the very end and I will explain what I mean by what I just said. And most importantly, I'll be sharing how to not fall into the category of people that I just mentioned. Hello. I'm S.M.A.R.T and you're welcome to my YouTube channel, The Roadside Investor, where we provide you with the tools that can help you on your wealth creation journey to financial freedom and personal growth. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I hope you like what you see and stick around by watching many other videos that have been published and also future videos that will be published as well. And for those that are returning, my returning subscribers, people that already know how we do, thank you for all that you do. I see your likes, comments, views, everything. Thank you. So, you see the issue of money, money matter. Money matter is a very emotional matter. Like, I've heard people say when it comes to money, you have to be logical and things like that, which of course you make the best financial decisions when you're 100% logical. But guess what? You're a human being and there is no way you can ever be 100% logical. Your financial behaviors didn't just spring up from the blues. Your surroundings actually shaped your financial behaviors. Do you know that? Let's take some case studies so you can better understand what I mean. And I want you to know that case studies are not just case studies. For every case study you hear, it actually represents someone's story, a personal story, someone who could be your friend, someone that you know, or it could even be you. So now, let's talk about a certain someone. His name is Nonso. And Nonso grew up in a family of savers. His parents were frugal. They saved every penny. They never went on vacation. They never really enjoyed themselves. When at least enjoy the money you are making. That wasn't Nonso's spirit. They saved because they believed in future. They were very futuristic that they forgot to enjoy the present. So something really tragic happened to Nonso's parents. They died in a car crash and guess what? All that money they saved, they didn't enjoy it. They couldn't spend it. And also told himself that, not me, as I'm making my money, I'm spending it because YOLO, you only live once. I'm not about to do the same thing my parents did or make the same mistake my parents made. And now we have a lot of Nonsos on the streets living just once, squandering money, forgetting about the future and focusing on the present alone. That's Nonso's story. Let's talk about Yetunde. Yetunde, on the other hand, actually grew up from a very poor home. I mean, they had enough to cover the basic things, but even at that, it was still they struggled, right? But Yetunde has a smartphone, and of course, she's on Instagram. She signed up to Instagram, and she follows a lot of big celebrities, And if you know celebrities, you don't see them talking about living poor, all of that. They live flashy lifestyles on Instagram, at least. You see them with their Gucci bags, their latest iPhones, the latest dresses, original Nike shoes, all of that good stuff, And Yetunde just concluded that, if you want a show of wealth is when you actually have the latest things. That was what she concluded, not intentionally though, just her subconscious. So, you know, Yetunde grew up, she finished school, she managed to finish school, and then she actually got a good job because she was quite smart, right? But then she got a good job that paid her well, but she already has a mindset that to show you that I'm successful, I also have to have all these latest flashy things. And immediately Yetunde gets her salary, a lot of it is already gone into getting the flashy things. And you know, as the month goes by, she just manages, you know, with what is left to take care of what she needs to take care of. In fact, at a point, she's still living above her means, because since these vendors knew her, they were willing to give her some things on credit, like, okay, you pay next month. And that's just it. That's not the cycle. Yetunde is not living from paycheck to paycheck. The money which she's making that is sustainable is not sustainable because of her expenses. Now, those are two case studies, also known as two life scenarios, right? These are people that are influenced by their surroundings. Yetunde and Nonso were influenced by their surroundings, by their parents, by influencers. Those are all part of your surroundings. Speaking of influence, let me just even briefly tell you some of the people that actually influence your financial behaviors that you might not even know about. Number one, your parents. Number two, your peers. Number three, your teachers. Number four, close associates. Number five, your friends. Number six, salespeople. Number seven, actual financial professionals. I'll be talking at length in another video how these things I mentioned actually affect your financial behaviors, but right now we are going straight into some financial habits that people are fond of. Some are not setting financial goals, not preparing for emergencies, spending more than you earn, not having enough savings for the future. These are the 4 things we're going to be talking or covering in this video. These are 4 major financial habits that are bad for you, and we'll be talking about that and also talking about how to take care of these financial bad habits. So now let's talk about setting financial goals. If you ask me personally, I feel like lack of having financial goals is the crux of a bad financial health. It's like you are moving but you don't have any direction, you're just moving. And I like to know where I'm going, or at least have a clue or have an idea of where I want to be headed, right? So that is how I see financial goals. Now, the truth is, to some people, right, setting financial goals can be really scary because at the end of the day, it makes you think, right? It makes you think about your current situation, your life. And if I'm being honest, right now, a lot of people will rather not think about their situation or their life because it depresses them, right? And as much as that is very understandable, it's also very risky, wrong, and unhealthy for your financial health. So a financial goal should be 5 things, and that is SMART. S-M-A-R-T. Yes, SMART here stands for specific. Of course, your goal should be very specific and clear. M stands for measurable. Your goals should be measurable. You should be able to measure your goals. Oh, I'm okay, 60% there, I'm 70% there, and things like that. Then A, your financial goals should be attainable. You can't be earning a certain amount of money and say, okay, in the next 2 days, I'm going to now be living la vida loca and living on an island or something. You have to set something that is attainable. R, your financial goal has to be result oriented. There should be an end result, of course. And T, your financial goal has to be time driven. You can't just say, oh, I want to have a lot of money in the future. That's very vague. I also want to have a lot of money in the future. Everybody wants to have a lot of money in the future. So why is your goal special? Just to practicalize what I've said, I'm going to give you an example of a SMART goal and an example of a goal that is not SMART. A SMART goal here is, I want to save 10,000 naira every month for 6 months. so I can travel to the Maldives by the end of the year. Is this goal specific? Yes. I want to travel to the Maldives by the end of the year. Very specific goal. Is it measurable? Yes. Because I intend to start saving 10,000 naira every month for the next 6 months. So once I've saved for 3 months, I can say, okay, I'm actually 50% done. I can measure it. Is it measurable? Is it attainable? Yes, it's attainable because I have already devised a plan on how to be able to get the amount of money I need to be travel to the Maldives, and how long it's going to take me to do that. So it's definitely attainable. Is it result oriented? Yes. This goal is going to lead me to the Maldives. The end goal is getting to Maldives. Is it time driven? Of course. My timeline is 6 months. I'm going to save enough money that I need in 6 months, and by the end of the year, I am getting to Maldives. That is what you call a SMART goal. Now, using this same example, let me give you the version of it that is not SMART. If you say, I would like to go to the Maldives sometime in the future, that's not a SMART goal. Yes, it's specific, you want to go to the Maldives. Is it measurable? No. Sometime in the future can be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years. Nobody knows. Is it attainable? I mean, we can't tell because we don't even have a plan to get there. Is it attainable? Who knows? Is it result oriented? Yes, it is, because the end goal is to get to Maldives. Is it time driven? No. So your goal has to be SMART. It has to have everything together, not some but all. Now that you know what a financial goal should look like, the next thing is actually setting one. So how do you go on to set a financial goal? You have to start by daydreaming. It all starts from here, and that means daydreaming. What do you want to achieve? You can close your eyes and you can think, what do I really want for myself in the short term or in the long term? Once you're able to define that, write it down. Yes, write it down. After you write it down, you create a plan of attack. Okay, I can see that I want to go to the Maldives. I want to have a good time. How do I make this happen? What do I do? How much do I need to save? How long do I need to save? When do I want to go there? This is drafting out a plan of attack. And of course, when you have your plan of attack, the next thing is to attack. Or you figured out how much you need to save, when you want to get there, this, that. What do? Start saving. Start working towards that goal. That's basically it. That's basically it. And then you can always go back to review your financial goals. It's that simple. At least from how I've explained it, it might be a lot more tasking based on what you're trying to achieve, but whatever it is, these steps apply for basically all the financial goals you could think of right now. So we've talked about setting financial goals. The other financial bad habits I talked about is not preparing for emergencies. That is, not having an emergency fund, right? And I also mentioned spending more than you earn. That is, living above your means. And I also then mentioned not saving for the future. These 3 things fall under one big issue, underlying issue, and that is lack of budget. Yeah, if you don't budget, you cannot change the bad habits I just mentioned. And I want to say something about budgeting. I think people get wrong, because when people think of budgeting, they see, oh, budgeting is just a way to make me not to spend my hard-earned money. It's just a way to make me, not enjoy my life. But that's not what budgeting is all about. Budgeting is actually a tool that allows you to enjoy your hard-earned money without falling into financial crisis. For example, I've been talking about going to the Maldives. I mean, if you decide to travel to the Maldives, that's you wanting to enjoy your hard-earned money. But with a budget, you can effectively plan to enjoy yourself without falling into financial crisis. If you budget well, you will still have enough money for other things while you save for things that matter to you. That's what budgeting is really all about, and I just really wanted to take some time to correct that notion. Budgeting is not bad for you, it's good for you, and you should start seeing it in a very positive light. So when you budget, you take note of your income streams. Wherever your income is coming from, you take note of it. You take note of your expenses, right? Both your fixed expenses, your periodic expenses, and your variable expenses. You all take note of that. If you want, I can do a whole video on budgeting and how to go about it practically. So once you take note of your income and expenses, you're then able to plan around them. You can then decide how much you want to save in your emergency fund. You can also decide how much you want to save on a regular basis towards your short-term goals or just things that you want. Like, let's say, for example, purchasing human hair. You can budget, you can plan towards purchasing a very expensive human hair, for example. And then lastly, budgeting will also help you decide how much you want to put out for investments, right? So you can see that with budgeting, you can save for emergencies and definitely live beneath your means and save for the future, all just by budgeting. So that's basically it, guys. I've talked to you about some bad financial habits that a lot of people have, and I've mentioned things you can do to, correct those bad habits. So I want you to go on today and create a financial goal, set financial goals for yourself, and start budgeting so you can actually have some funds saved for emergencies, funds saved to enjoy yourself, enjoy life, and funds saved for investment as well. By doing this, you're going to have a balanced life and you're just going to be happy because everything is balanced. This brings me to the end of this video. I hope you found it educative. If you want me to talk about anything, please leave it in the comment section and I will get right into it. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't, and I will see you in my next video, which is going to be one of these videos right here. You're going to go and watch them right now. See you there. Bye.